In this video, I'm going to share with you why you're gaining weight and why it isn't even your fault. And at the end, I'll share what you can actually do about it to fight back. My name is James. I'm a plant-based nutritionist and health coach, and I help people reverse chronic illness and lose weight with plant-based nutrition. So let's get into it. Now, being overweight or obese is nothing new, but the sheer amount of people who are struggling with their weight is at an all-time high. I mean, I remember growing up, like if middle school or high school, you'd look around in the cafeteria, the majority of kids would be healthy. You might see a few that were really skinny or a few that were chubby or overweight, but generally, people were fairly healthy. But now it's kind of the opposite. Like the numbers of the people that are obese or overweight are the majority, and in the minority of the people that are actually healthy. In the US, the overweight and obesity numbers have skyrocketed. I mean, according to the CDC, about 74% of adults are overweight and 40% are obese. So to put it another way, 3 out of 4 adults are overweight and 1 out of 3 are obese. A little more than 1, but because the math. All right. So these rates are wild, they're staggering, and unfortunately, with that weight comes with type 2 diabetes, the high blood pressure, heart disease, cancer, and all other types of chronic disease. So is it really just about eating too much or not exercising enough? It's not that simple. There's another culprit lurking among us. So what's changed? Well, a lot. The truth is, in the US, our food system has quietly shifted over the years. And these days, it's all about making food faster and cheaper, and of course, more profitable for these big corporations. And the side effect is the system has actually made it harder for us to stay healthy. I mean, think about it. Most of the food that we see on the shelves are ultra processed, pumped full of sugar, unhealthy fat, salt, oil, all kind of additives. And that's not by accident. Many of these foods are literally engineered to keep us coming back. Ever wonder why you can't just eat one chip or one cookie? It's not a coincidence. It's not about your willpower. Literally, the food is designed to make you crave it. So it's no surprise many of us struggle. The system is rigged against us. In fact, a stat that I've seen floating around is 90% of the food that is in our grocery stores today did not exist 100 years ago. What? They're making food. They're making it up. They're making food and experimenting on us. We're like the guinea pigs. So what's the solution? Well, we have to fight back with our mouths. And now I'm not talking about calling up the corporations or, picket fencing outside their headquarters or having a megaphone. None of that. I mean, there might be some value in that, but that's maybe a longer term goal. But in the short term, I'm talking about deciding what we put in our mouths. See, your mouth is like a voting booth, and everything you put in there is a vote. What you put in there determines if you're voting for health or if you're voting for disease. And if we want healthier outcomes and we want to heal our bodies, we have to get back to eating real food. Because, spoiler alert, not everything that's edible is food. You did know that, right? See, by definition, food is any nutritious substance that people or animals eat or that plants absorb in order to maintain life and growth. So, by definition, this is a food, this is a food, this is a food, and neither is this. Because it's not a nutritious substance. It's not helping sustain life or growth of our body in any way. So here's what happens when we don't eat real food. When we're not consuming things that our body recognizes as food that has the minerals and vitamins and antioxidants and actually helps the body run optimally. See, our body doesn't know what to do with it. So as soon as we eat something and our body is like, what is this? It thinks it's an intruder, and it sends out fat cells to wrap this substance and put it away in order to protect our bodies from it, because it doesn't know what it is. It thinks it's an intruder because it's not food. It's literally a foreign object in our bodies. And our body thinks that, wait, this might damage us. So let's put it away. Let's store it. Let's put it in jail. And that's where the fat storage comes from. Now, you have more fat in your back and your buttocks and your legs and your stomach. So that's what happens when we don't eat real food. So I want to give you some practical solutions on what you can do on a daily basis so that you can eliminate those fat-causing processed foods and incorporate more fat-burning whole foods. Now, the first thing is when you go to the grocery store, make a list. So many people go to their grocery store, they have no idea what they're going to get. They just know that they're going to stock up on their fridges and pantries and, for another week. So if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail, even when it comes to grocery shopping. So you're going to end up spending a lot more money. You're going to make a lot more impulse buys. The cookies and chips are likely to end up in the cart. So make a list. And if you don't know what to get, find some plant-based recipes and just buy those ingredients so you have some inspiration on what to buy and know what meals that you can make. So number 2, shop around the perimeter. Now, when you go up and down the aisles, all those brightly packaged, fun-looking, high sugar and fat processed foods are going to be looking at you saying, buy me, and you wanna. So why put yourself in that position? You hardly need anything up and down the aisle. So shop around the perimeter for all your delicious produce, your fruit, yes, nature's candy, vegetables, potatoes, beans, rice, all those things. Spend more time on the perimeter and don't get sucked into going up and down every single aisle. And the third thing is to rethink convenience. Now, we typically buy foods that are convenient in boxes or bags or frozen. And deep down, we probably know this is probably not the best, but I got to rush in the morning or in the evening. I just need to throw something together. But being overweight isn't convenient either. And neither is having to go to the doctor's office. So we need to rethink convenience. So my suggestion is just take a few hours on one day, maybe a Sunday, and meal prep for the whole week. And then you could freeze the stuff, portion the stuff out, and you'll get the same result. You can, grab and go for the next few days without having to compromise on quality. So listen, the odds have been stacked against you. I know the game is rigged, but hear me out. You don't even have to play. You don't have to play. They're offering you these things, but you don't have to accept. Listen, you've been designed with a God-given purpose and plan in mind for your life. And you won't be able to accomplish your goals if you're overweight or obese or battling chronic illness. You're just not. You're going to be always focusing on you instead of focusing on the mission. So fight back. Take back your life. Listen, a whole food plant-based diet, high in complex carbs and low in fat is going to help you to drop the weight effortlessly, all while keeping you full and nourished. It's also way better than any of the medications, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, and all these other things, because it's going to heal you naturally. So in short order, your numbers are going to go down, your body's going to regulate, and you're not even have to worry about it anymore. And if you need help making this transition, or you're already vegan or plant-based but haven't been able to lose the weight yet, I want to tell you something. Join my free school group where you can go through my flagship courses, master classes, get handouts, and resources that will help you to lose weight and reverse chronic illness. Just click the link below in the bio. And listen, if you felt this video was helpful or valuable, please like and subscribe so I can keep recording more video content for you. So take care, God bless, and remember, if you didn't come from a healthy family, make sure a healthy family comes from you. Talk soon. Peace.